What's up YouTube? It's me, Jess, and I'm an opera singer. Today's video is going to be how you can become confident as a performer. Now, how I came across this topic was actually talking to one of my subscribers through Discord. And while talking to this subscriber, we were talking about technique and artistry and expression, X, Y, and Z. And then this subscriber came to me and said, you know what, Jess, I really struggle with confidence as a singer. I don't know how to be confident when I sing. And I said, you know, that's a very interesting topic because that particular subject, confidence, it's not really integrated into the academia system, right? If you're going to school to be a trombonist and you're taking trombone lessons, chances are there aren't any classes on how to be confident as a trombonist, right? It's almost just expected for you to know how to be confident or figure it out while you're learning your craft. So I said, you know, what better way to talk about this topic than through my YouTube platform? I also know that I can gain a lot of knowledge on this particular topic because I did struggle with confidence a lot when I first started singing. And if you didn't know, when I first started learning music, I was around the age of 20. And learning classical music at the age of 20 in that genre is very late, right? Most of the peers that I was going to school with had learned how to play the instrument or started singing almost decades before I had even started. So I felt very behind and therefore I felt very insecure. So I know what it's like to not have confidence as a singer. So I hope you find this video informative and let's learn how you can become confident as a singer. Let's go. The first step is to acknowledge that everyone's journey is unique and valid in its own right. I know this is a cliche saying, but stop comparing yourself to others. We've all come across someone, a friend or a family member, who has told us to stop comparing ourselves to the next person. And the reason why this is so important is because I feel there aren't many people in this world who have a strong mindset and a strong mentality to have all of these comparisons within their mental space and take all of those constant comparisons to actually better themselves. I feel majority of us take all of these comparisons that we get through our walk of life and actually use those comparisons to somehow define our own self-worth, and that is mentally very detrimental and just unhealthy. So if you and I are in the category of people who take a bunch of comparisons and know that it is detrimental to our mental health, then why do we do it? You need to remember that your path to get you to your goal is just that. Yours. Get yourself on a schedule to where you can remind yourself daily that the center of your attention, the center of your focus needs to be on you. Because if you shift the focus on you, that will only translate to you better being able to hone in on your craft. My second advice is to enjoy the mistakes. Perfection is subjective, and it's even often said that us just being human beings makes us imperfect. Subjective. I found a huge transformation within myself as an artist and as a performer when I started to enjoy the mistakes and also hone in on those mistakes. And one way that I did that was to record each and every session that I had, whether that was at a practice session or in a voice lesson, and to focus and force myself to listen to each part that I felt I could have sang or done better. This entire process is all about acceptance, and what I do is I take each recording and single each part that I feel I could have done better out by itself. So what I encourage all of you singers out there to do is to take a recording of yourself and find a part where you feel you could have sounded better and focus on that one part. Keyword, focus on that one part. Take that part and listen to it. Then pause and stop the recording. Go back and re-listen to that one spot. Then stop and pause again. And during this second pause, take a moment to mentally process what it is you would like the sound to actually sound like. Or go through the process of what is it that I can do to better my technique in this one specific moment to get out a better sound. Then go ahead and put that into practice. The greatest part about enjoying and honing in on each and every little imperfection or mistake is the aftermath, the success. There's something super fulfilling about going through something very challenging and then coming out on the other side. This process also just builds character, and I promise will make you much more confident. My third tip is to have an upgrade you mentality. This is all about honing in on your craft, being the best artist you can be, self-motivation, and also just never settling for less. Music and artistry is a never-ending learning process, and this is because with each song, there is a new story to tell, and with each performance, there is a new opportunity to tell that story. So my advice is to stay informed, take notes, keep up with master classes, ask questions, practice regularly, both mentally and physically. Talk to your voice teacher, talk to the director, talk to friends, X, Y, and Z, and all of the above. There is always work to be done, and what helps me keep up with this mentality is to actually revel in other people's success stories so that I can therefore stay motivated. My fourth tip is to practice, practice, practice. I believe that the time that you spend with your voice teacher will make up maybe 25 to 30% of the artist that you will become. I truly believe that the vast majority of what you do in between each lesson, in between each coaching, in between each rehearsal will directly contribute to the artist that you will become. So find a time each day where you can work on breathing techniques, learn about vocal pedagogy, practice singing, or practice learning about your character, or even creating a story for your character. You all, I genuinely don't think that I could count the amount of hours I spent in practice rooms, in a library, or at a keyboard or a piano, just honing in and trying to absorb as much knowledge as I could to become a better person than I was the day before. The repetition of absorbing as much knowledge as you can and practicing regularly will lead to muscle memory, better mind-body coordination, and better breath support, and all of the above. My fifth tip is to track your successes. Write them down, no matter how small or how big. Write them all down. And the great thing about tracking your successes is that you will have a reference point to all of these positive moments that you've endured and gone through for any time you're feeling down or sad about any particular moment in your singing journey. Having a notebook with all of your tracked successes will only boost your confidence when you go back and say, hey, that was once a challenge for me, and now I have been able to say that I have gotten through that one challenge, at least in that one specific moment. So if I did it then, I can definitely do it again. My sixth and final advice to bring confidence in your life as a singer is to know about the art of letting go. Let it go, let it go. I believe singing is 20% physical and 80% mental. Our minds can be our biggest roadblocks. If I had $1 for every time I allowed my mind or other people's perceptions or other comments to get in the way of me progressing as an artist, I'd be rich. It's kind of ridiculous how astronomically high that number is and how often I've allowed that to happen. I don't know about you, but that has definitely happened to me. It's almost like we as singers have to make up for all of these moments that we missed, all of these roadblocks, by encouraging positive reinforcements 100 or even 1,000 times that one time we received that one negative comment, or that one time we allowed our mind to get in the way of our progress. And it's so interesting how we as humans can take 250 compliments and receive one negative comment, and our brain chooses to hone in on that one negative comment. I was actually doing some research on this, and I came across the term negative bias. It's basically our brain's defense mechanism to keep us safe. And researchers believe that this all started, the negative bias, way back in the early stages of evolution. It was our brain's defense mechanism to keep us safe from danger and harm coming our way. However, we're in a different time, and I want to apply that negative bias to our topic as singers. If the result of this defense mechanism is the inability for us to progress as artists and as singers, then isn't the alternative of letting go worth the risk? Those are all of the tips that I have to bring confidence in your life as a singer. I hope you're able to take all of these tips and apply them to your journey as an artist. Remember, everyone's path is different and yours is valid in its own way. If you liked all that you saw and all that you heard, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below and comment down below if you're going through your own journey of confidence as a singer. Also, turn on those bell notifications so you know every time I put up a video on my channel. If you'd like to connect with me on a more personal level, I'll have my Discord link in the description box below. You can also join my Patreon, which starts at $3 a month, and you get very exclusive perks over there, so make sure you check that out as well. I've also started voice lessons, and you can click the link in the description box to book an appointment with me. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you soon. Bye!